CCC family, it's Dawn Marie with Custom Comfy Crochet, and today I'm going to teach you how to make this really cool spider web granny square. It's part of our Spooktacular granny square Halloween videos that will be coming out. Okay, so yeah, this is actually pretty easy. I'm going to go slow, so I am going to deem it beginner because it basically is just a granny square, and then you do the overlay for the spider web. So yeah, it's going to be really easy, and I'm going to go slow so you can understand it. Okay, so let's get started on the materials, but I do want to ask first, please like, share, and subscribe. Hit that notify me bell below so that you can get notified of my future videos, and please share. That helps more than anything, and I appreciate your support so much. Okay, so for today, you're going to be using two sizes of hooks. You're going to be using a 5.5 millimeter hook, and you're going to be using a 6.5 millimeter hook. And that is because when you stretch the web out, you don't want it to pull on your granny square. Okay, so you can do it using the same hook size, but it really works better to do it with the bigger one for the web part, so that it can stretch appropriately and not cause your granny square to turn in or be wonky. Okay, you're also going to need a pair of scissors and a darning needle to work in your ends, and you might want a stitch marker for this. I'm just going to be using a piece of yarn. Okay, so let's get into the tutorial. Okay, so I'm going to use my black yarn to get started, and I'm going to be, like I said, I'm going to be using a 5.5 millimeter hook for the granny square itself, and then we'll go up to the bigger one for the web. So you're going to start with a slip knot, and then you're going to chain 4. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Then you're going to join to your first stitch that you just made and join with a slip stitch. You want to make sure that you're going to be working in the middle of this circle, not into where you just slip stitch. That can be kind of hard to find, so I just like to take my nail and push through so I know exactly where I'm going to be working into. Okay, and then you're going to chain 2 and then chain 1 more for 3. Okay, and so that is a half double crochet and a chain 1, that right there. So then you're going to go right back into the middle of your circle, and you're going to put a half double crochet, and then you're going to chain 1 again. And you're going to do that 7 more times because this one counted as our first one, and we need 8 in total. So again, going into the circle, pulling up, doing a half double crochet, and then a chain 1. And again, into the circle, pull up, do a half double crochet, and a chain 1. And again, half double crochet, chain 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we need 3 more. Half double crochet, chain 1. Half double crochet, chain 1. And half double crochet, chain 1. I'm working over this little piece in the back as I go. So let's count. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, make sure that you do the chain 1 at the end, and then you're going to join at the top of this chain 2 right here. So you chained 3 in the beginning, but because it was a half double crochet chain 1, we did 3. So you need to go right into the second stitch up and put a slip stitch. Okay, just like that, and that's what that looks like. You can pull a little tight in the middle, but we're actually going to be working into the middle of this, so don't pull it too tight to where you can't work it in later. Okay, then you're going to go right into this first chain 1 space right here, and you're going to put a slip stitch because we're going to be working into it. Now I want you to chain 2, and that counts as your first half double crochet. Then you're going to go right into that same spot and put 2 more half double crochets. Then you're going to chain 2, and you're going to put 3 half double crochets, working all in that chain 1 spot. 2 and 3. Then you're going to go into your next chain 1 space, and you're going to put 3 half double crochets. 1, 2, and 3. Then you're going to go into your next space, and you're going to put 3 half double crochets. 1, 2, and 3. You're going to chain 2, and you're going to put 3 more half double crochets. 1, 2, and 3. Then you're going to go into your next chain 1 space and you're going to put 3 half double crochets. 1, 2, and 3. Then you're going to go into your next chain 1 spot and you're going to do another corner. So you're going to put 3 half double crochets, chain 2, and 3 half double crochets. Then you're going to go into your next chain 1 space and put 3 half double crochets. 1, 2, and 3. And then into this last chain 1 space, well, it's not the last, but into this chain 1 space right here, you're going to make another corner. So put 3 half double crochets, chain 2, and 3 half double crochets. And so that was our last corner. And then right in here into the middle of this last chain 1 space, we're going to put 3 half double crochets. 1, 2, and 3. And then you're going to join to the top of your first chain of 2 that you did. So go right into the top of the chain of 2 and do a slip stitch. Okay, and so that's the beginning of our granny square. Okay, and we have this little middle wheel that we've made, and that is going to help us make our spider web. Now I do want to go ahead and tell you right now, I'm going to go on and show you a little bit more of this granny square, but this granny square will get a little wonky on you, and it's because we're starting with so many stitches around, and I need all of these stitches to make the count I need for the end to make the spider web look good. So I implore you, do not change it, because it's gonna look wonky. It's gonna be turned. It's gonna look a little like rippled on you, the granny square will. Don't worry. By the end and by the time we put the spider web on, it's all gonna flatten out. So just keep going and don't give up, okay? So now what you're going to do is you're going to chain 2 again. That counts as a half double crochet. Then you're going to half double crochet into your next stitch, half double crochet into the next, and then you're going to half double crochet twice in your corner, 1 and 2. Then you're going to chain 2, and then you're going to put 2 more half double crochets, 1 and 2. Okay. And then you're going to put half double crochets all the way across till you get to your next corner. So this is just like when you make a normal granny square, and you're just going over each stitch, getting back to your corner. So just a half double crochet in each stitch along. And then when you get to the corner, you're going to put 2 half double crochets. You're going to chain 2, and then you're going to put 2 half double crochets. And you're going to keep doing that all the way around, okay? And then you're going to do that for a couple more rows. So I'm just going to show you real quick, and it's exactly the same that I just did here. You're going to go back around, you're going to slip stitch to the top of your chain of 2, and then you're going to do some more rounds, okay? So what I have here is right here you see is where we make the middle, and then I have 1 row, 2 rows, 3 rows, 4 rows, and then 5 rows, okay? So you need 5 rows in total after your middle wheel here, okay? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go off camera and I'm going to go ahead and finish this up, and I'm going to show you, you know, you can already see right now that it's starting to buckle a little bit, and like I said, just don't worry about it. But I'm going to go ahead and finish my rows, and then we'll come back and I'll show you how to do the spider web. Okay guys, so I finished my square. I did the rows that we needed to do here. So we had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 rows after the circle. And so this is what it looks like. As you can see, it is extremely wonky. It kind of raises up. I don't know if you can tell because it's black, but right here it's raising up. Now I can, you know, use my hands and spread it out and it will kind of go flat, but like here it's still kind of raising up a little bit, and that's just because it's got a lot of stitches. Okay, but like I told you, it's gonna flatten out. Okay, so let's go ahead and cut off, and we're gonna work in our ends. So I'm gonna cut off a little bit, and then I'm just going to pull through. And this is all gonna be hidden, so you don't need to do like an invisible join or anything unless you want to. So we're just gonna work in these ends. Now this one in the back has already been worked in. Remember, I worked over it, but if you're funny about the middle of your squares, you can work that in more. I know sometimes people say they like to come undone on them, so that's totally up to you. That's a preference thing for a crocheter. But so I'm just gonna work this into the back. I'm gonna put that on my darning needle. And then I'm just gonna go right through the very top here, pull in, and then just work my, you know, my 3 times. 1, 2, and 3. And I might do 1 more, and I'm just working into the back of these. You know, I don't want to mess up the structure of the granny square. And then you can cut off. And then we're going to bring in our white yarn. Now I do want to tell you, I forgot to say at the beginning of the video, it's going to be in the description box below for the materials as well. But this is 4-weight yarn, and the actual white that I'm using is a 3-weight baby sport yarn. So we're going to take our bigger hook, we're going to take our 6.5mm hook, and we're going to go right through the hole. So we've got the middle hole right there, so we're going to go right through there, and then we're going to come up into one of these chain 1 spaces that we did. So you can go ahead and fold this if you need to in any way to pull this in. So I'm just going to pull it in like this. I'm going to make a chain 1. Then I'm going to pull tight. And then I'm going to chain 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Okay? That counts as a double crochet and a chain 2. Then you're going to go like you're doing a double crochet, yarn over, and then I want you to go into the next chain 1 space. So right into the next one, you're going to work into there, going in through the circle and out through the other side, pull up, do a double crochet, and then chain 2. And again, you're going to be going through the circle and into these chain spaces. So you're going to do a double crochet, so yarn over, go through the middle of your circle here, go out through the other side of that chain 1 space, pull up, and do a double crochet, and then chain 2. And again, into this next space right here, you're going to yarn over, go through your circle, pull up, do a double crochet, and a chain 2. And then again, double crochet, in through the circle, out through the other side, pull through, do a double crochet, and a chain 2. And you'll need 8 of these, just like we did in the beginning. Yarn over, go through your next place and into this, go through the circle and into your next available space, pull through, do a double crochet, and chain 2. And again, double crochet, and chain 2. So let's see how many we've got so far. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So we need 1 more. So we're going to yarn over. We're going to go into our next space right here, pull up, do a double crochet, and then chain 2. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then after you chain 2 for this last one, you're going to slip stitch up into the top of your chain of 3. So 1, 2, 3, we're going to put our hook right in there and do a slip stitch. Just like that, okay? Now what you're going to do is you're going to chain 1, And we're going to be working around these posts now to make the spider web. So you're going to want to work around this post, and you're going to do a double crochet around this post, and you're going to chain 3. So 1, 2, and 3. Then you're going to go to your next double crochet post right here, and you're going to work around it. Yarn over, do a double crochet around that post, and then chain 3. Then you're going to yarn over, go around this double crochet, pull through, do a double crochet, and chain 3. And again, go to your next post, double crochet post. And these are called double crochet front posts. So you're just basically working around it. So you're taking, in case you don't know how to do this, I'm just gonna do it real slow for you to see and come close to the camera. So you're yarning over, you're going behind the stitch, behind the double crochet like this. You're pulling your yarn through, and then you're just going through 2 and then going through 2 like you would do a normal double crochet. And then chain 3, do that again. Another double crochet, chain 3, go into around your next double crochet post, do a double crochet and chain 3, and again around your post, double crochet and chain 3, and into the next post, around it, double crochet and chain 3. Okay, and so now we've gone around all of those, and so what we're going to do now, instead of slip stitching, we're going to go behind our work because we want everything to look real similar. So we're going to go behind this, pull your yarn through, and do a slip stitch. So you're just going to go through like that. Okay, now you're going to chain 1 again, and you're going to put a double crochet right around here. Now these are a lot thicker than your other parts of your spider web, and that's because we have to do a chain 1 there to pull it up. So do a double crochet there, a front post double crochet, and then you're going to chain 4. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Then you're going to go to your next double crochet and do a front post double crochet, and then you're going to chain 4 again. And then you're going to go to the next one, front post double crochet, and then chain 4. And then again, double crochet, chain 4, and then again, double crochet, front post double crochet, and chain 4. And again, front post double crochet and chain 4. And again, and you're wanting to get 8 of these around for each one of these, which if you go around all of your double crochets with your front post, that's what you're going to get. Okay. And then again, when you get here to the end, I'm going to show you again, you're not going to slip stitch, you are, but you're going to go behind your work. So right behind here, pull your yarn through and just through the loop on your hook. So just a different way of doing a slip stitch. Okay. So I want you to keep repeating this until you get 8 in between. You chain 8. So you would just keep going. Right now we were on 4 chains in between those front post double crochets. So just keep going until you get 8 chains. Okay, so you go up to 5, 6, 7, and then 8. And when we get to there, we'll meet back up and I'll show you how to go around this and join the spider web to the granny square. Okay, so I just finished my last chain of 8 I wanted to show you, I'm going to join it here again. And I just wanted to show you also what it looks like. This is what it looks like. So if you hold it forward, you've almost got like a 3D spider web. And this is a hot mess, guys. I mean, the granny square is all caved in. The spider web is everywhere. Like I said, just trust the process, okay? It's going to be okay. So we chained 8. We're going to go right back in like we've been doing, go behind, pull through, do our slip stitch. And now we're going to start pulling this around the top and getting it settled. So there's a really easy way to do this, and this is why we wanted to get this count of the 21 up here at the top. So what I want you to do is I want you to look at this, and I want you to count from corner to corner. So from the actual corner where it starts, not these 2 double crochets in the corner, but right at the tip of the corner, let's start counting. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, and 21. And that's exactly what we need is 21. So we're going to count from over here, starting in the corner. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh, let's start again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. So there's the 10th, and we're going to go right into the 11th chain, and we're going to pull in this work here. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and take a piece of yarn, and I'm going to use that as my stitch marker right here. I just want to show you real quick what you do, because now your yarn is behind here. So what I want you to do is just go into this long chain 8 space right here, pull up your yarn and do a slip stitch to close, okay? And that's going to pull that all together. Then you're going to go right into this space starting from here, just like this, keeping the yarn on, and you're going to do a single crochet with your big hook. You're still using your big hook, okay? Now we're going to be working under this first piece right here, and that's how we're going to get this on here. So we're going to work under this, holding this right here. So going under that and through this next stitch right here, you're going to go through and do a single crochet. 1, and then 2, 3, so just working single crochets all the way down, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then when you start to run out of room, you can just pull it over. 7, 8, 9, and then we're going to even work into this last stitch right here. Make sure you get into that, and then 10. Okay, and so now we're at our corner, and we're going to work into the top of this stitch to pull it in. So right into the top of this long stitch right here, you're going to go right through the top of it, then go through the corner, pull your yarn up and through and do a single crochet, then chain 2 back into the same spot and through the corner, pull up and do another single crochet. Okay, now I'm working very loosely. I tend to do that for my videos. I don't know why. I don't normally work that loosely, but I'm just going to pull that back through because that's too loose, and I'm going to put a single crochet. But now these single crochets will be bigger because you're using a bigger hook. Now we're up here on this other side, and we're going to be working 10 single crochets through here and around here. So you're going to go right into your very first stitch, working around this here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Again, you can pull over. 6, 7, 8, pull over, and then 9, and then 10. And then in this 11th stitch, you're going to go through the top of this right here. Then you're going to go into this 11th stitch, you're going to pull through and do a single crochet. And then you're going to do your final 10 around here. So again, Working around this, going into your next available stitch, you're going to put 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, pull over, 6, 7, 8, 9, and don't forget this last one, and it'll be kind of hard to work into, and then 10. Okay, and then you're at this corner here, and again you're going to work through the top of this, so going right in through the top, go through your corner, pull up, do a single crochet, chain 2, and another single crochet through the corner. Okay, and so that's what it looks like so far. Still looking a little bit like a hot mess. Okay, and so then again we're working around this, doing 10 single crochets, so go right into your next stitch, working around 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, pull over, 9, and 10. And then right in the top of this space stitch right there, you're going to go into your 11th, pull through, and then now we're going to be working around this again. So again, you're going to do your 10 single crochets through your work, so go through your next stitch, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and then 10. Then you're at your corner. You're going to go through this one right here, go into the corner, pull up, do a single crochet, chain 2, and then go right back into that same stitch, go through your corner, pull up, and do another single crochet. Okay, so we're finally getting it going here. And this is just one of those pieces that really does not look right until it's totally finished. And if you've crocheted a lot in your life, then you know that happens sometimes, kind of like a painting. You know, you've got this ugly part of your painting. It just doesn't look good, but then at the end it looks good. Okay, so again, 10 single crochets through the top here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, pull over, 8, 9, and 10. And then you're going to go through the top of this stitch, go into the 11th stitch here, pull through, and do a single crochet. And then you're going to do your 10 again. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Okay, then you're at this place right here. So you want to go through the top of that stitch, through the corner, pull through, do a single crochet, chain 2, go through again, go through the corner, and do another single crochet. And now we're on our last little piece up here. So you're going to go right through, you're going to go into your first stitch, and we're going to do 10 single crochets across. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Okay, and then you're going to slip stitch right back into your first stitch right here, and then you're going to cut off, leave enough to work in your ends, pull through, and then you're just going to pull on your corners just like this. And then you might need to straighten up this first one right here. And voila, you have a beautiful spider web granny square. Now, there are a lot of these around. I'm definitely not the first one to ever do a spider web granny square, but I really wanted to try. A lot of them require blocking, or they look just really wonky. They're really hard to work. So I really tried to find a pattern with the right numbers and that was really easy for someone to follow, to be able to get this just right without having to do any blocking or any really difficult stitches. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is I do want to show you how to work in your ends. There's a piece here that I've worked over. I should have pulled that through to the back. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go through with my yarn and I'm going to pull that piece to the back. Just remember to do that in the beginning so you don't have to worry about it. But what I'm actually going to do with this is I'm going to turn it into a bag. So I'm going to piece these together. I'm going to make I'm going to do 1, 2, 3, 4. So I'll do 4 for one side, 4 for the other, join them, and I'm going to make a bag out of it. So just to let you know, these granny squares are, hold on, I've got my little measuring thing here. These granny squares are 8 by 8, so they're pretty large. I've got huge hands though, so it doesn't help, but they are pretty big granny squares, okay? So yeah, lots of fun, really easy to do. Okay, let me show you real quick because people always like to know how to work in their ends. I already showed you how to work in some ends, so I know you know how to do this piece. Just work this piece right along here. But for this one in the middle, it can be kind of hard because you're not really having anything to work into because you just got all black and you may not want it to poke through. So what I'm going to do is literally go through the middle here, just like this. I don't want to mess it up, my spider web. So I'm just going to gently pull through and work through a couple times, and then I'll go over this way and go under that black right there, and then I can just cut off. And you can work it in more if you want to, but that's basically how I work that piece in from where you first start in, and it didn't mess it up at all. Okay, so I hope you enjoyed this. If you have any questions or you need anything, don't hesitate to ask. You can find me, of course you can ask a question below in the YouTube comment section, but if you're not comfortable with that, I have a Gmail. You can reach out to me on my Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, all of those places. Yeah, so don't hesitate to do that. Share your pictures with me. I love it when people do that. You can share them on Instagram or Facebook. Even, I think you might, I'm not sure, you might be able to do it on TikTok. You can definitely send a picture through Gmail as well. So yeah, just let me know how it turns out, and I'll see you again soon. We're going to be doing our next granny square. I think might be a pumpkin one. I'm not sure yet, but I've got a lot of good Spooktacular granny squares coming your way. So happy crocheting. Bye-bye.